Today, I'm talking about the number one recommendation I make for everyone who's not a U.S. citizen. What is that, you ask? Become a U.S. citizen. I'm going to explain how much it costs to become a U.S. citizen. I'm going to give you tips for the naturalization interview, and I'm going to tell you what mistakes you want to avoid.
Calificas para ser legal, quieres saber, solo llama al abogado Andrés Mejer.
My name is Andrés Mejer. I'm an immigration attorney in New Jersey, but I have clients throughout the world, including 15 states in the U.S. I became a citizen of the U.S. as an adult, so I know how stressful and nerve-wracking the process can be. My goal as an attorney is to treat you how I wish me and my family were treated when we went through the immigration process. We had someone take our money and do absolutely nothing. First, I want to explain to you why I recommend to all of my clients that they become a U.S. citizen as quickly as possible. Being a citizen protects you. Unless you gained your citizenship fraudulently, you will not be subject to deportation. You won't have to worry about ICE stopping you. You'll be able to vote. And let me tell you, it's really important nowadays. You don't have to worry if another president is elected who is opposed to immigration and will force you to leave the U.S. You don't have to worry about how the law or policies are changed or followed as it affects your immigration journey. You don't have to spend any more money on immigration fees, such as renewing your green card or work authorization. You can sponsor family, so getting your citizenship is a good thing. Today's live is going to explain a little further about doing that, including how much it costs, tips for your interview, and mistakes to avoid. Let's get right into it. What is the cost to be a U.S. citizen? The cost of immigration services really varies from person to person. At Andrés Mejer Law, we charge by process, so someone who's applying for U.S. citizenship will pay a different price than someone who's applying for a green card. At Andrés Mejer Law, we are focused on helping you become a U.S. citizen. If we don't see a path to achieve that for you, then we won't accept you as a client. The best way we know how to do that is to focus on the three fundamental questions and create a plan for you before we accept you as a client. Question number one, do you qualify for U.S. citizenship? In a prior video, we discussed the specific requirements. Look at the comments below for a link to the video. Question number two, is there something in your past that can disqualify you, like criminal convictions or the inability to prove one of the key elements for citizenship? Three, can we fix that problem, like post-conviction relief motion, or waiting another 5 or 3 years or a certain period of time so that you then will qualify? Because we focus on those three fundamental questions, two clients who are both filing for U.S. citizenship might have very different fees. In general, here's how much it costs for a citizenship application. First, it takes about 8 to 12 months. So we first start with, once you file, it takes 8 to 12 months. We first start with a background search that we charge $1,000. It has two particular components. First, we order documents through the FOIA process. Any documents that immigration has for you, 7 different agencies. We look for prior border contacts, deportations, or prior petitions. This is really important because if we didn't help you get your green card, then we likely don't have that information. And we want to have whatever the government has as they are approving your application. Secondly, do we need to order copies from criminal courts, and do we need a background search from the FBI? Basically, we want to be able to document every contact you had with the police. Sometimes it was, an arrest that was dismissed. Sometimes it's a mistake. It has nothing to do with you. It's someone whose name or date of birth is similar to yours. If there is something that will make you ineligible, we then have to fix it. So first we do a background search to see, hey, what's in your past? Reviewing that, now maybe we find some criminal conduct. The cost of how to fix that depends on the seriousness of the charge. It can range from $3,500 to $15,000. The cost is usually on the lower side for matters in municipal court because the more serious charge would likely have put you into removal proceedings. Then we need to file the Form N-400 for you. That's the application for citizenship. Typically, we charge between $3,000 to $4,000 depending on the complexity of your particular case. You will then have an interview. We highly recommend you take an immigration attorney with you to any immigration interviews, green card, or citizenship. The government today is looking for any reason to deny your petition. The best way to protect yourself is to make sure everything was done correctly at each and every stage of your immigration journey. And the best way to do that is by having an experienced immigration attorney with you at the interview. We charge $1,500 to accompany to an interview in New Jersey, New York, or Pennsylvania. Citizenship application is individual. It's not for families. So if your spouse is also applying, he or she will need to apply to fill out their own application. Each one of these has a cost. It's for that reason that my assistants can't give you a price on the phone. It requires knowledge and experience to figure out what needs to be done and what we charge for each individual need. But you don't need to worry because we do offer a payment plan. We also offer discounts for those who pay in full. The more money you bring with you to your interview, the higher the possibility of getting a discount on your citizenship case when you hire us. We give your case the priority that you do. So the sooner you pay for your case, the sooner it gets filed. We typically need several weeks once we have all of your documents, you've answered all of our questions, and you have paid in full to submit your case. Again, the more money you bring with you at your consultation and the more information and documents you bring, the quicker you start your case, the lower your payment plan will be, and the faster your case is going to be filed.